What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 36 of the XtraSlice, brought to you by the Cheesy Controller Podcast. I'm your host, Anton LaPlatte. Joining me, as always, we have the most degenerate squid in the sea, Jalen Roberts.
$7.2 billion.
The mayor of Stardew Valley in Eorzea, Chris Montalbano.
Lolly ho, everyone.
And the Akatsuki Durag, Madrid Devon.
My Buster Sword gonna bust that ass.
Hey.
We got a jam-packed episode for you guys this week. We're going to be talking about Hades, the Xbox Series S and X pre-order debacle, Rocket League going free-to-play, and a bunch of other fun gaming stuff. Alright, so I think I'll start off with what everybody's been on this week, because I feel like this week's been a weird week in gaming for everybody. And I feel like this upcoming week's going to be really great, but... So, Jalen, what you been on this week?
I played more Endless Space 2 because that game is amazing.
What kind of...
just really...
Wait, Endless Space 2.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't heard you talk about that.
It's a 4X game in the style of Civilization. It's a 4X game, so something like Civilization, except in space. With way better general designs. Like, those character designs are amazing. Especially the Void Yanni. And I've been leveling my Astrologian in 14. I finally hit 50 today.
You finally hit 50?
And then I've just been playing Hades ever since. Because that game is just real. I just want to keep playing Hades.
Yeah, so Hades finally came out of early access. They got its 1.0 release in the last week. I scooped it on Switch. Cross-save's not available yet for the Switch version, which is unfortunate because I feel like all of my previous runs on the PC version, I wish I could wipe that progress, take my Switch progress, put it on PC, and just play it there in higher fidelity. Right. But Hades... So, Jalen, you've played a lot more than me. You've gotten a lot farther than me because apparently you're just a fucking monster at this game.
Look, I didn't realize I hit the first boss on my first run.
Which I have still not hit the first boss. I think I could do it if I were to just sit down and... Because I've only, on the Switch version, done like 7 runs total. So... And I wasn't really focusing... I was more so focusing on the stuff back in Hades' domain. Instead of progressing. So, like, I've been trying to get more weapons, like, get more permanent upgrades in the mirror, trying to do stuff like that.
That's the great thing about it is, as you get further, you have more opportunities to get those upgrade resources. Like, right before we started the podcast, I just unlocked the second tier of the mirror, so I have more permanent upgrades going in.
Oh.
So yeah.
And then after that, I gotta work on unlocking the penultimate weapon. I gotta get them hands.
You gotta get them hands before you get that
put your
thing.
hands on them. Right?
Gauntlets. It has, so the weapons in this game, it has a sword, it has a shield, it has a spear, it has a bow, and then the gauntlets.
The gauntlets, and then a gun.
And so, like, each one's completely different. And so far, my favorite one's been the shield, because I can just run in there tanking and, like, slapping people out the way with my shield. It feels super great. And then it has, like, a Captain America shield throw thing that you can augment with different boons from the different gods.
The boon system is great.
Yeah.
It is.
Every system in this game feels like it was super refined from, like, when I was playing it in early access. Like, the boons... They're a lot clearer about how they affect you. Like, I don't feel like they had the exact percentages beforehand, like during early access. I don't feel like... I feel like there's a lot of variety. Like, they definitely didn't have different rarities when I was playing before, and that adds a lot of, like, when I run up to something and I see that they have a rare boon on them, then, like, it just adds that little bit. There's still stuff exactly that I'm learning.
Since I haven't played it yet. I'm literally downloading.
They're upgrades.
Yeah.
They're upgrades to certain abilities.
Oh, so it's like
Poseidon. Yeah. So
Okay.
Poseidon has ones that is like, your dash will knock back, or your special will knock back, or your call will knock back.
And Aphrodite will
be
have
inflicting weak. Like, on my best run, where I got to the 3rd layer boss, I had an Ares boon that my special gives. Pretty much it does about 120 something damage after 5 seconds. And then I had, oh god, what is his name? The party god.
Dionysus.
I haven't even run into him.
Yeah, Dionysus. I had his special upgrade, which causes it to give a damage over time, with the bow, which created a volley, plus some Athena haste stuff. It was disgusting, and
Dude.
it carried me up 3 floors.
Yeah, I was
Like,
running
it
with
was disgusting.
the sword, and like I was dashing a lot, and I got a Zeus boon that like electrified an enemy, like every time I dashed, and like I came into a room where it was just a bunch of those skull spawning things and skulls all over the place, and every single time I dashed to get in to do an attack on the hive, it would like completely kill one of the flying skulls, and so. The boons, every single run is going to be different because you can upgrade different aspects of. You have all these different weapons, and you can upgrade different aspects of your loadout with the different powers of the different gods. Because your relatives on
And then
Olympus.
your weapons have forms that neither of us have unlocked yet.
Shit, I didn't even know that your weapons had different.
Yeah,
forms.
when you beat a boss, you get Titan's blood. Well, when you beat the first boss, you get Titan's blood. When I beat the second boss, I got a diamond. I have no idea what that's for.
Yeah,
But
there are a lot of
also
currencies in this game. Like surprisingly, like off the
Yeah.
bat, they're like, okay, you got to figure out, you got to be familiar with coins, keys, darkness. You got to worry about whatever the gemstones, I think, for the construction.
But that's the thing about it is the currencies are split into 2 kinds: those you worry about in the run, and those you worry about outside of the run.
Yeah.
So when you're in the middle of the run, all you have to deal with is your health, coins. That's pretty much it. It's just health and coins. Those are the only things that matter within the run. And then your progression stuff is the darkness, keys, nectar, gemstones.
Well, nectar's just gifts. So this game has a dating.
Well, no, but when you give them,
It has a what?
but they also give you accessories. They trade the first time you give them
Did you say a
nectar,
dating
they give
sim?
you an accessory,
Yeah.
which then affects your run.
Yeah.
The
so
first one I gave mine to was Cerberus, and his is just a free 30-something health. Well,
Tell me more
it's
about
health,
the
but then
dating
it gets
So, yeah.
upgraded by going through
Talk
encounters.
to us.
That's something we've been talking about, the like in the dungeon gameplay. There are all these characters, so you can raise your relationship level with legitimately every character in the game. So like Hades, Cerberus, all the Olympian gods, all the
Nyx.
Yeah, Nyx. What are those gods called? Because they have a name for them.
Demigods?
But the like,
Demi?
No, Nyx is something else. Nyx is primordial darkness.
no. Well, Nyx and your brother, the guy up at the front, and all of those people. When you get have you gotten the like codex from Achilles yet?
Yes.
Okay, so if you look in the
I
codex...
just haven't opened it.
Well, yeah, if you look in the codex, there are the Olympian gods, which are like Ares, Aphrodite, like all... Poseidon, all the gods that like give you boons in the thing,
The top
but all the
tier
gods
gods.
that are in the House of Hades, they have a name for that type of god, so... And it's not fates, like... I want to open up the game and just like open up my codex and see what it is, but all of those characters you can form relationships with. So there's like Medusa, there are, well, Cerberus is Hades' dog, so you can just go and pet him
Yeah,
between every
Medusa's-
single
Medusa's a
run.
Gorgon.
It's
Yeah.
good.
Well, she's just called Dusa. They don't call her Medusa.
Deuce.
Dusa. Yeah, she's cool. If you talk to her, every time you talk to her, she has a crush on Zagreus, which is the character you're playing as. So she runs away after every conversation. She just like floats off screen.
Just completely vertical.
Yeah,
so
just
it's
like-
completely vertical.
Can't even deal.
It's like I'm out. But also, and this is the thing that almost gotten me killed the most times: fucking god fights. Those things.
When the gods try
So
and
pretty
fuck
much,
you,
you'll walk into a room and there'll be 2 boons, one from each god. You pick one, you get your upgrade, and the other one sends a room full of hard-ass monsters to kill you.
Dude.
And if you survive, you can get the other boon.
Yeah, so
you can walk into a room, come out stupid powerful if you live.
I don't know the name of the goddess of the hunt, but the only time I've had that happen.
Artemis.
So yeah, I went in and it was between Artemis and Ares, and I was like, okay, I'll go with Artemis because the build I was going with, I think I was running with the bow. I was like, this is probably going to benefit me more, not realizing what was going to happen when I did that. And Ares just like, I was in a corner, and Ares was just like, you gonna die in that corner, and just I had like half health, and it was just immediately, yeah.
Oh, straight up. Those rooms took me from full health, untouchable run to 2 health, about to lose my Death Defiance, but then come out strong enough to just clear the next 8 rooms.
I feel like a Death Defiance would be exactly what I need. I need to get that, and I need to get
I'm saying this right
Skelly.
now. The first things you need to get are Death's Defiance and the extra dash. Those are the first 2 things you need to unlock.
I know I have Nectar to give to Skelly, so he can give me his artifact, which is like a extra Death Defiance.
Yeah, the Lucky Tooth.
So I know when I get on after this that I'll be able to play and be able to at least have that mechanic working in my favor once I start back playing. Alright, so I'm trying to think. What more is there to say about Hades?
That sounds dope. It like gameplay wise, it's giving me a little bit of like Dead Cells, just a little bit with like the structure of it.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah.
But it seems like the
it's
layout.
real, the combat's real
the
tight.
layout seems more like Transistor from what I've played of that game. So
yeah, and the only difference, like the combat, is like if Transistor had more combat options. Yeah, and didn't have the time stop mechanic. Didn't have like the turn mechanic where you can plan out your turn.
You mean Final Fantasy VII Remake?
Did they slow down? I thought they completely stopped in the turn mechanic. And in Final Fantasy,
probably
they slow to an extremely crawl.
I'm pretty sure they stopped in Transistor, but it's close enough. It's the same energy, ultimately.
Let's say fuck it. Alright, well, Jelly, you been on anything else this week?
Nope, just those 3 games, and once I'm done here, I'm going right back to Hades.
Yeah.
I want to get to the 4th floor. That's what I need to do right now.
I want to get to the second world.
How many floors?
Because that's a interesting question.
There are 4 floors.
Before you beat a run? Because I know you have to beat...
No, that's yeah. A run is 4... Okay, when I mean by floors, I mean like worlds. It's because you gotta climb up, yeah. Because there's, I want to say like 11 chambers to a world. Or is it 12 chambers? All I remember is each room is called a chamber.
Yeah.
And I want to say there's like...
Yeah, well, according to Trashboat in the chat, it's 4, including and then the realm of Hades, or the House of Hades. So.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. One of the things, so I was saying you could form a relationship with pretty much every character, every NPC in the game. One of the interesting things is, spoilers, bro. I just don't look at the chat.
Oh no! Who would have thought?
I mean, I was expecting something different, slightly, but
What?
he was before 1.0, and so there have been a lot of updates as far as the structure of the game. Like there might be stuff beyond that, but so each run, to complete what's considered a run, you got to do the 4 floors, and then I guess Hades would be a boss fight after that. But yeah, we were talking about Hades. I feel like the train of thought on that has kind of left the station. So we can talk about what you've been on this week, Chris.
Me?
Yeah.
What I've been on? You already fucking know what I've been on. 14 God damn it, I'm here and I'm fucking back into it. And Jesus Christ, I just fucking got into the Near Automata crossover Alliance
the
raid.
first one or the second one?
The first one. I haven't done the second one yet.
You have? Okay.
Yes. I'm easing my way into it and
Dodge them balls. Dodge them balls.
Oh, I've seen some videos of those balls being dodged. Man.
It wasn't even the balls that I'm worried about. The balls were the least of my worries.
I feel like we got a different Chris on Zoom than we had on
I know,
Discord.
right? I don't know what happened. I don't know what
Chris
happened.
took a shot while it was down. He's like, all right. Stop.
Yeah, I'm here now. You made me wait, so I just chugged a fucking shotgun of White Claw and took a shot, and I'm like, yeah, let's get it.
Oh God, he right.
Yeah,
He's
so
right.
Near Automated, the first Alliance raid that you could possibly do, like 3 or 4 months ago that I'm just now doing because I was burnt out of 14 for playing it for 8 months straight.
You did obsessively play it for 8
months straight. It's
you
fine.
had a good run there, you know.
I did. And now I'm back in it, and it's directly in my veins. And that Alliance raid was just... It was hell. But have you ever played a video game, and the boss or the level that you were on, or whatever we're calling levels or whatever nowadays, sucks so much, but it felt so good to play?
You mean you were just getting your ass kicked?
I was getting my ass handed to me. Like, tried to adjust, and healers were just accepting of my deaths. Because I was not the one that died the most. As a black mage, I did not die the most.
I mean, being a black mage...
I came close. Oh, no.
I don't know what you thought you were walking into with that one, Chris.
That's true, but
I felt it coming, and I'm over here doing like.
I just don't know how to respond to it. I'm gonna keep going because I'm a white mage in America.
Black mages have a nasty habit of getting vaporized.
They do, especially if they don't adjust.
Second only to the dragoon.
I'm a white mage in America. Why? Because dragoons get themselves in their way. Black mages be living their life and then they die.
Look,
that's in game. I'm not talking anything.
Line right there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I was killing it. It felt good. It was just like a solid ass boss run. It was just boss fight after boss fight, and it was so much fun. The technicalities of each fight were so much fun to learn and try to get around. And it was like not just AoE hell that they were throwing at everything to try to screw me up or screw another DPS up. And it was just like well-rounded to the point that I was just like, it's hard and you have to know what you're doing to get through this. But it was just so much fun. Like, I want to run this again. I want to run this every single time to get the gear that they have out for you.
You got to get the ass inflators.
I know.
You got to get the ass inflators.
What have you gotten already?
So, which is the most disappointing part of the story that I'm telling you. I tried to get the bot minion, but everybody wants...
The pod?
Yes, I want the pod minion, and that's what I I needed, and I didn't get it, and I didn't need anything, or didn't greet anything for the wait time of trying to get your rewards, and I lost everything. I didn't get anything.
Damn.
Yeah, so I did it for the first time, didn't get anything, and it's fine. I'm going to run it 90 million more times. It's a solid, just alliance. It's probably the most fun I've ever had in a time, except for playing with the homies that I played in 14, because everybody communicated. It was like playing a Destiny 2 raid. Everyone communicated, even if you didn't know each other. You just like, we're on it. Like, I'm going to do this, and this. We're going to place markers here so you know what to do for this boss. And like, it was just well-rounded, orchestrated, and I don't know. It was fantastic. It was the most fun I've ever had in 14.
All right.
Up until this point. Plus 9S was there, or 9. Not
No,
S.
it'd be 9S.
Call him 9.
No, it was not 9S. It was 9P.
Oh, it was 9P. Oh, shit.
Doesn't exist, but 9P was there. Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's two.
No, not 9S.
I know there was
2P was there. 9S was there, and he was trying to kick your ass.
Okay.
2P was there, and she's the wearing the white.
Yeah, 2P is we stand 2P around here. Like we thought we want 2B for Smash, but that's just so we can get a costume of 2P.
Yeah.
Because that's my main.
P stands for Panasonic.
Yes. 2P. You
2P or not 2P.
That is the question. But yeah, you fight 9S as the final boss in the first raid. I don't know about the second one. You will know about the second one coming next Wednesday. But when I talk about it, yes, I'm about to unlock this. I'm about to do this. I'm going to play the first raid and then do the second raid tomorrow when I'm off.
Do it!
Like, yes.
I'm excited to hear about it. Actually, do you think you could stream it so I could watch it?
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do the first one and then I'll do the second one. It's such a... From the ones that I've played, they're good. I mean, like, everything about 14 is... There's nothing about it that isn't good. Like, 14 is just fucking fantastic as a MMO. And if you're not playing... If you love an MMO and you're not playing 14, then I don't know who you are.
Dude, I'm going to be playing it on PS5. I think I'm really going to...
Good.
That might be one of my, launch PS5, buy a subscription. Because it's not going to be that much PS5 content to play early on in the PS5.
Right.
So,
and I can't
Monster Hunter, and I'll have but I'm going to be taking a break from Iceborne leading into Rise, so,
I mean, I can't hate on a person playing on a controller for 14 because I've watched many YouTube tutorials.
I feel like it's gotten easier.
I like tutorials that they're playing on PlayStation that I was like, okay, you're doing this on PlayStation controller. I have an MMO mouse where my thumb just does all the work for me.
Well, I might plug a keyboard into my PS5 because that's something that I've done at one point or another every generation.
Yeah.
Just hook a USB keyboard up to my PlayStation and just,
Honestly,
whether it's...
if you're going to do a keyboard, then I would get like a Logitech MMO mouse. If you're really going to get into it, then I would get an MMO because it was mine was 15.
A Realm Reborn, and then I'll decide because the 15 is a month of game time.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I need to invest in any new hardware for a game that I'm not even 100% sure I'm going to stick with long enough to get to the content that I want to play. Because I really want to do the Monster Hunter stuff, and I really want to do the Nier stuff.
I mean, there is story skips if you're into that.
There are.
But it's so beautiful.
But it costs money.
But it's...
You see all this...
It's also, really, really good.
All of these buttons. All of these buttons.
Yo, what the fuck?
That's a rotation.
This isn't playing well for audio listeners, so we're going to stop showing our mice to the camera.
It is okay, yeah, it's 21 buttons, or... Yeah, it's 20-something buttons on the side of my mouse that just
buttons,
does rotations, and then I have another button on the mouse that lets me do an entirely different
Hades
rotation.
With that might be fucking sick as shit. I could definitely see you mapping what you need to the side of that mouse and just fucking going.
Yeah,
shit.
this mouse is tight for gaming, but I do want to play with Hades with a controller.
Oh yeah, it's the best way to play it.
Please. For the love of God, any listener out there, play 14. I get it. You got to pay $10 or $14 a month. But the content is so good.
No. This is this Final Fantasy story you would pay $60 for, but instead, this lasts for 1,000-something hours.
It does. And it continues to get better. And you
it's
get
still
so much
going.
content. And the crossovers. Even the Monster Hunter crossover, I still have to do the second part of that. I beat Rathalos in 14. That's the first time I beat a Rathalos ever. And that's probably the only time I'm going to beat a Rathalos ever. But it was fun as fuck doing it.
So, you just saying that, we've actually gotten a lot of new people playing Monster Hunter World in the last couple weeks.
Yo,
when I tell you... Yeah, shout out
It's a good
to...
crop
We
of
got
them,
13 Cross from Rusty Rupees. He just finished the game. We got Akuma Santi, editor of the podcast. He just finished the game. We have Lord Ash TK, friend of the podcast. We just got him to finish Ice... Well, all of these people got to Iceborne and then worked their way primarily through Iceborne by themselves. But is there a reason that we're not standing 2P? Chris?
There's reasons.
There's reasons? Okay.
There's reasons.
It's because she's dark skinned, brother.
No,
Right,
she's
'cause that's the
white
only-
as... She's literally white as fuck in 14.
Oh, she's definitely not white.
She's whitewashed in
You
14.
whitewashed her? Damn. Oh, maybe
Yeah,
that's why we don't
considering-
stand 2P anymore.
I mean, you can't really hate 14. 14
Oh no,
is
they
not-
really did. Holy shit, they really did.
And 14 is created by not a whitewash company. So,
I don't know.
I don't know.
Soul
if they're trying to
Calibur, I think Soul Calibur was her first appearance. Oof.
Yeah, it's bad.
Oof. This is a big oof. Like, looking
Even
at
9S. Look at 9S in 14's Alliance Raid. He doesn't even look the right.
this is just real bad. But
But, I don't know. They both work together. He came over to work on this. Your ass cheeks get bigger, and that's why he...
You know that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
We're here for the ass enlargement pants.
Yeah, it doesn't matter about the correctness of the skin color.
I feel like it does.
It does. It really fucking does.
No, it really does.
It
but
really fucking does, but at least your ass cheeks get bigger, because you gotta have some win.
I don't feel like ass is fair enough, a fair trade
It's
for
not, but it's what we
representation in
got.
gaming.
It's not, but that's what we got.
It's not, but that's what we... Yeah, exactly. That's what we got, so...
What are they trying to say? Are they equating our skin tone to ass shots?
I mean...
I'm just Dr.
We're
Umar
moving
Johnson.
all the way away from
This
this.
whole stream.
All right, so Chris, have you
Yes.
gotten to play Rocket League since it's gone free to play? I know last week when we were recording, we had just linked our accounts and like gotten our cross progression going. But
I haven't played Rocket League. You did show me the trailer for what's coming up in Rocket League. And
well, I mean, it's out. Well,
I mean,
the
it's
Fortnite
not.
stuff is coming
Yes, the
up.
Fortnite stuff is not out. It's coming out on the 26th, which will be...
Around the time this podcast goes
Yeah.
live for everybody.
So we'll be playing that religiously, because just from the trailer itself of what Fortnite is bringing in, which is such a solid play on like Epic Store. Epic buying Rocket League, and now Rocket League is free to play, and their first thing they do is just put in
A Fortnite
yeah,
crossover. The Battle Bus. Like, I'm definitely going to be using the
Battle
Battle
Bus car, the fucking pinata.
So the
as a
event is
topper.
the Llama Rama
yeah.
event in Rocket League. And so they're llama-themed wheels, llama-themed decals, llama-themed, like, antennas,
paint jobs, like the
toppers.
color and everything, like that aesthetic. Purple and blue has been my
Yeah.
aesthetic for Rocket League for forever. You can go into my cars and purple and blue is just where I run. Red team, I don't give a fuck about that. I just do the bare minimum and then hope that I don't get red team ever.
Oh, no. You got to have...
I know, I get that I should...
Loadouts have a specialized orange team thing and a different thing. Like, I feel like all of my
I
loadouts
do red and
might...
black, but I just like blue and purple. I feel the aesthetic of the blue team more than I do the red team.
But think
And
about
that-
like a red and teal color scheme.
Ooh, you fucking with me. Okay. You just tamed the game. I'm about to play Rocket League right now. Yeah, I feel you. The aesthetic and the things that they shown during the free-to-play trailer plus the free-to-play like Epic's crossover with Fortnite with Rocket League, just like that's a big move on Epic, just being like, this is our main OP that we own and we're going to put it on this new OP that we're doing free-to-play to bring in new customers, like our IP. Yes, IP.
You're right. I was trying to piece it together. I was like, oh.
I was like, wait, what? What opening? What does?
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I was like
God.
anime
with this?
opening.
I'm listening anime
overpowered.
opening, not
One
My bad.
Punch.
That's my
One
mistake.
Punch.
But yeah, that was super smart on Epic, and
Well, yeah.
the things that they have created that they showed in the trailer. Yeah, I want to get all of it. I want to play from the 26th until it ends. I want to get all of that. I want to complete that.
Religiously, yeah, I want to complete it too, because like I played the Avengers beta for way longer than I expected, just for my Fortnite stuff, and that's the exciting thing about Rocket League being bought by Epic. All these things that Fortnite does right that I can't convince any of you guys to hop on Fortnite for, they're already showing out the gate that they can do it with Rocket League. And that's a game that, right, yeah.
You don't even have to convince me. I'll be like, yeah, okay, let's play. Oh, right, yeah. Shit. Avenger Cars? Tight. Okay, let's run it.
Yeah, I could definitely see Marvel stuff, because there's already, like, the Batmobile and the Flash. There's been DC stuff. But Epic works closely with Marvel, but they work with Disney, because there's been like Star Wars. When I bought Jedi Fallen Order on the Epic Game Store, I got my Stormtrooper in Fortnite, and Marvel. Like I played the Avengers beta, and I got my Hulk hands.
Dude, just Fortnite. Imagine fucking like Star Wars cars, fucking just like TIE fighters as a car.
Right? The
X-Wing. No.
Yes, the X-Wing.
No, it wouldn't be the X-Wing. It'd be the pod. It'd be the pods from the pod racing scene. It'd be the fucking pod racers.
Please give me that. I would
that
fucking. Oh, fuck it. I would. I don't need. I can't even come up with words if that was the thing.
Oh man, I slick want Rocket League to just add a racing mode. I'm just gonna be 100 here.
Ooh, I fuck.
Well, the other thing that it has potential for, and I heard them talking about this on Kinda Funny Games Daily. Imagine drive-in movies, live events in Rocket League.
I'd love to watch Tenet in my Rocket League car, because I'm definitely not about to go to a theater to watch that.
That's how you get the Rona.
Yeah, no, we're not about the Rona here.
Anti-Rona squad.
Gang.
As much as I work,
Madrid was too distracted to get what I was doing there.
Oh, you're right.
And I don't think anybody else is caught up enough with Chainsaw Man to get what I was doing there.
No, I know. I'm still hurt.
Oh, did you just cross your neck?
God, oh my God.
Somehow a halo appeared.
Vroom, 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 vroom.
What is this?
And look, I just saying, unluckiest girl in the universe. Right. Unluckiest girl.
Yo, not once, but twice. Yo, read Chainsaw Man. Like, that shit had me that chapter had me laughing out loud.
Yeah, Chris, I feel like you would like Chainsaw Man, and it's only $2 a month to get the Shonen Jump app, and you can read
Actually, you might be able to just read Chainsaw Man.
I'm just gonna download the fucking Shonen Jump app.
Yeah, I mean, there's tons of free manga.
Download the Shonen Jump app and just get to reading. Just get to reading. There's so much on there.
How do you spell the Shonen Jump?
SHONEN space JUMP. The words that I will one day have tattooed on my body somewhere. I'll have the Japanese Shonen Jump.
Yo, Shonen Jump, what's good with that membership? I've put double-digit people onto your fucking app. I deserve.
Right? Hook us up, influencers.
Right, just bless the whole podcast.
We're YouTubers now. We've been on YouTube for almost a solid month.
Can I ask a question? Is it the app that has a SJ on the front?
Yes.
Okay, Tom. Yes. I'm here. Where are
you? No W, just SJ.
Yellow.
Okay. Don't download Crunchyroll, right?
You could do that too.
You can.
I mean, if you want to add anime to supplement your manga reading. Because Crunchyroll free has actually been really good.
Jujutsu Kaisen's only coming to Crunchyroll initially, so get that.
Okay, that changes things.
What the fuck? So I can't watch JJK? Hold on, because they fucked me over with Fire Force Season 1 on Hulu. Am I about to get fucked over with all of these anime coming to Crunchyroll only?
October 1st, Jujutsu Kaisen. October 2nd, Burn the Witch. October 3rd,
Inuyasha,
the Half-Blood whatever the fuck that shit's titled, the half demon princess or some shit.
The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Yeah, that one.
But yeah, so Madrid, what you been on this week while Chris is down? Everybody is so distracted right now. I'm just trying to
look.
This
I am
goes up as a
100%. I am 100% focused.
I'm also 100%.
I'm focused.
I'm just
yeah,
not
you
looking.
could just
There's a difference.
get my
I'm feeling it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I am Daredevil in this bitch, using my higher senses.
And then also, with my new keyboard, I can't actually go typing around Google, going through our links and stuff on my computer now because it's loud as fuck.
Yeah,
so
you'll hear my
You
keyboard.
sound like gunshots.
Not yet.
Yeah,
Not
well,
yet.
Madrid, what have you been on this week?
Let me put it like this for you, brother. I've been on,
Okay.
well, Monster Hunter primarily because shouts out to Ian once again from OK Beast and A Plus Anime. He actually had me on his stream last night.
Twice
and then last week we were just running some Monster Hunter. We were helping getting him through Iceborne or whatever. And then besides that, shouts out to all the homies that have been like Discord parties like 13 deep, just playing Monster Hunter.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just out here squatted
We've
the fuck
legit
up.
been
Like,
between the Cheesy Boys, the Rusty Rupees,
I
the
really-
Church of the Long Sword, and the Church of the Great Sword. We got
I
they
do
all
really
transitioned
wish
over
I
to the
wanted to
Church
be a
of the
part of
Dragon
that
Blade.
community.
Oh yeah, that was
When you have to press more buttons. When your regular combo does not have enough buttons.
Right.
You play Charge Blade.
Pretty much.
I really do wish I was a part of that community and wanted to be a part of that community. I can't.
You can't.
Well,
you can,
I mean,
Chris.
that you just reminded me, Madrid. I platinumed base world. It took me
Oh,
540 hours.
I'll take a shot to that.
Yeah,
Fucking A.
but I
Madrid-
platinumed
I drink
it
all my
like
sake.
2
And
years later.
Anton drinking fucking platinuming
Monster
worlds.
Hunter. Right, yeah. I did it a little bit behind Jawan and Darren, but
Hey,
Don't
you still
matter.
did it.
way fewer
You
hours.
still
Still
fucking
plat,
did it,
though.
I had like half of their playtime for the plat.
right? Platinumed royals behind you one. It's fine.
Yeah.
Well, we all understand that Jawan's a monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's,
Even though Jalen's a fucking monster at Hades, I'm still astounded at the shit you were dropping in the Discord earlier. I was
Okay,
like,
first of all, hey,
It's-
Jalen gets on a fucking game and he doesn't quit.
Wait.
No, if this is like-
I only have about 5 hours in the Hades.
Right, that's the thing. Jalen hasn't been grinding in Hades. Jalen has just been fucking out here murdering the fucking minions of hell like it's nothing.
you just got to
don't
time
get
your
it.
dodge.
Is
right,
it
and
like-
use your
Slayer.
projectile?
Is it because it's like
No, because this
Diablo
game,
or anything?
well, a little bit, yes, a little bit of Diablo, but mostly because this is a game that wants you to spam the dash button like there's no
Yes.
tomorrow. The more buttons you,
Yeah.
this is a game where the more buttons you press, the better you
are.
do. And there's one thing I can do, and that's press a lot
And
of buttons.
honestly, it's like the combat is really similar to Akane, where you just like it's the same principle. Akane, you get hit once you die. So with this, it's like, all right, if I don't get hit, I can just save this huge health pool for what I really fucking needed. Let me just dodge
i.e.
around.
those boss fights
those
or
gunshots.
those rooms that are just fuck shit.
Yeah,
Bro,
actually, I've just been on
what do
Hades.
you have?
From when the stream went down to now, I've been playing Hades, and that shit actually it hits. Those gods are sexy.
does.
So there's that.
Oh, and I love the way they talk to you because they are leaving you voicemails. That's
Yeah.
why they talk to you that way.
Yeah,
They're
'cause they
leaving you
get-
voicemails.
Because he does say at the beginning of the game that was like, I know you can't hear me, but I hope I make you proud.
well, so that's one of the interesting things. I guess we're back on Hades, but going back and like as you play the game, you're trying to get closer and closer to Olympus. So like if you have a run where you get like you're in the fourth world and you're getting close to like making it to Olympus, the gods the next time your next run they're like, I felt you on the other side. Like, did you make it close or something? Like, that's one of the interesting things about the dialogue. Every time you talk to a character, especially during runs, Like, bosses remember this. Like, if the last time you fought them, they beat your ass, they're gonna gloat about it. If the last time you fought them, you waxed them, they're gonna be like, the dialogue is different. And that's one.
Or the dialogue will change if you come in with a different boon setup. Like, I walked into Meg with Chaos, and she's like, you don't know what you're fucking with. At all.
So, yeah, it's a really interesting. There are a lot of really interesting systems to play in Hades. But Madrid, what you been on this week?
What?
Other than Monster Hunter. Yeah, we talked about the.
Besides that, not Persona. Jesus Christ, these JRPGs, they're gonna fucking strangle me. They're gonna fucking wrap their hands around my throat and like fucking squeeze the life out of my very lungs like COVID. Final Fantasy VII Remake. I've been playing that, and it got its teeth back into me. I was at the point in the game where it's like, oh, you better do all the side quests now, or else the game's gonna whoop your ass. So I did all the side quests. That shit took me several hours. But chapter 16, I believe it was, or 15, I went and knocked all those out. Like, it was hanging over my head for a while. I was putting it off. I was like, no, I don't want to do it. But now I really want to do it. I really want to like beat this game just so I can know. Because I got a lot of theories already.
Dude,
and I want to sit down at the round table.
I tuned into your stream.
Yes.
So I was legitimately hoping. So you were streaming it earlier today before recording. And I was sitting there. I was like, all right. What? We're running out of Zoom time.
Damn our corporate overlords!
Oh, yeah. Y'all didn't know that? It lasts like maybe 30 minutes.
All right, that means we just gotta get to it.
We gotta get down and back up fast.
How much time do we
running
have?
out of time?
10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Yeah.
Wait,
it's
how
counting
much?
down at the top of the screen.
How much time do we need? We've gone through everybody, right? Except for Anton. My bad. You count.
Well, I mean, there was some stories to talk about.
Yeah, it's fine. Let's go. Let's keep it rolling.
All right.
Yes.
So, Madrid, Final Fantasy VII, I tuned into your stream just to see some of these endgame things, and for some reason, that part of the game, that's my problem with Final Fantasy VII Remake playing it, is you'll be like, oh, I just have to get from here to there. I'm going to spend 2 fucking hours getting from here to there, and then not learn anything in the process. Your stream was 2.5 hours, and legitimately you solved one giant ass puzzle.
Yeah, I mean, they really had to stretch it, and that's honestly the longest puzzle. That's probably the longest puzzle in the game. And a part of that is a function of them trying to stretch out the content. And then another portion of that is them basically trying to not extend the game, because I already said that, but them trying to like save on mechanics. Like, a lot of the mechanics are like really slow moving. It's like, oh my god, climb across this fucking ladder already. Jesus fucking Christ. And it's like, well, really, that's just the loading speed of the game. They're doing that shit to kind of mask it. And then, like, the whole ending part, spoiler alert, but we already knew. Red 13, like, he's like, they showed off his character model or whatever, right? But he is legit just here in this game, just as an NPC, just straight up. Like, he's a party member that you can't control. So you just got this pupper that's up here, like, running on walls and, like, doing fucking Sonic the Hedgehog attacks and biting and claw dashes and shit. I'm like, wow, they really wanted to put this nigga in the game. But they were like, oh, that would have taken us another year. And then back to what I was saying about the mechanics, it's like you could tell that they really wanted to make this game more of a platformer too. But they were like, that would also take us another year on top of that. So you would think in the next game they're better about those things because they have access to like
figure out their
software.
system.
They've like they kind of worked on it, and this game's gonna have to be more open world, from what I see. So I got 2
They're
chapters
gonna figure
left.
out their concept.
Fuck Hojo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
Every time.
legitimately thought that you would get to the fucking revelations during your stream today.
Also, I was just having a good time streaming. Shouts out to everybody that pulled up.
It was a fun stream. You were screaming about milk for a while.
We established that's because in the year 2027 they outlawed milk. We established that Madrid just says shit in the stream for like 2 hours, and is in like comprehensible bullshit. And y'all get a more controlled dosage of that during the podcast. So enjoy. This milk ain't free.
Yeah.
Play Hades.
This milk
ain't free.
Play Hades, BT dog.
But
baby.
Kendrick, put out an album, please and thank you.
By the time
For
this
the
episode
love
comes
of
out,
fucking
Kendrick will have
God.
an album out.
No, he's not gonna release shit in 2020.
Probably not.
Kendrick, well, did y'all? Let me not get on a music tangent because Anderson .Paak Kid Cudi and Anderson .Paak are the two albums that I'm like, I need them, like on a spiritual level.
I need them on an
We're
album
not getting
together.
shit from Kanye. I need them to just do a track together. That'd be a fucking sick, smooth, panty dropping banger. Like Anderson .Paak
You
and
gonna drop
Kid
your
Cudi.
panties, brother?
The ladies love Anderson .Paak and Kid Cudi. That's all I'll say. But yeah. So this week, like I mentioned, I've been playing some Hades on Switch. Did you have something else, Madrid?
No, that was it, really. A little bit of Tales of
Okay,
Vesperia. That's just kind of in the cut. That activated my JRPG itch, and it did exactly what I needed it to do.
To drive you back to Final Fantasy. And also, hopefully get you hyped for Monster Hunter Rise? Isn't that the one with the dog?
Though doggo, yeah, I'm excited for that shit, man. I don't think my Switch can handle it though. That game looks real good. It looks too good. It looks too good, if you know what I'm saying.
I've looked at Monster Hunter Rise literally side by side with Monster Hunter World, and I don't think... I know what you're insinuating,
You think
but...
Rise doesn't compete with World?
Yeah, definitely, because it's on the
God,
Switch.
no.
But it definitely does look better than Generations
For a
Ultimate.
Switch
but we
game,
haven't
it
seen
looks fantastic.
very detailed environments.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, Monster Hunter Rise?
Recent? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, you! Please let me direct you.
Could just be a PC emulating Switch for presentation purposes. Yeah, they did some of that for the Final Fantasy 16 footage, but at the same time, I don't... Yeah, it looked like all of the gameplay that they showed in the Monster Hunter Direct was definitely in-game. Because you saw texture pop in, you saw, like, environment details popping in as, like, the guy was flying through the sky or riding his Palamute. And they wouldn't do... Like, if that stuff were pre-rendered, they definitely wouldn't have pop in. Like, that's a trailer that you guys edited, and I feel like they left that stuff in there to be like, yo, this is a real game running on real hardware. But yeah, like I mentioned, I platinumed Monster Hunter. I have been playing Hades. I loaded Rocket League up on everything. I got it the free copy from the Epic Games Store and deleted my Steam copy because friendship with Steam over. Epic Games Store is my new homie.
Why? Why are you over Steam now?
It was just a joke.
I better be.
It's a meme, Chris. Sorry you're not on the internet anywhere near as much as us.
Steam has done so much.
I'm not. I'm working my life away, and I don't know what the internet is anymore.
Do you get?
You know what? That's
Among Us
probably for the
jokes?
best. You not understanding the internet anymore is probably for the best.
Do you get?
Let's just be honest here.
Among Us jokes? What's the?
Do you
I was about to joke. Yes, I do. I was about to joke about Among Us, but I couldn't do it.
Dog, we need to play that shit.
It's the
Chris
thing
sus.
on Reddit right
Chris
now.
sounds sus. Chris sounds sus.
I do.
He might be the imposter, you
Reddit
guys, I don't
literally
know,
only
Mike.
talks about like PC Master Race and memes only talk about fucking among us now, so Reddit has kept me informed about the things. Thank you, Reddit.
Oh, Reddit.
All right. Well, so for the news, the one story that I wanted to talk about, because we talked about PS5 pre-orders last week, and like Xbox was really out there trying to dunk on PlayStation, like, oh, all our people know when our pre-orders are going live, and like they don't have to worry about getting a pre-order because the date and time's just going to be out there. Turns out they were wrong. They were dead fucking wrong. It was a fucking chaos shit show. Bots were wreaking havoc on every single retailer website.
Bots just make, like, having a time frame, like a anticipated time frame, just gives botters the time that they need to like set things up and run their script. So actually, PlayStation, quote unquote, fumbling that might have been a better move because it seemed more fair. Like, if anything, it was just those people who were like,
okay, well, wait.
Let me get off.
I don't know about the story. What happened? What did Xbox do wrong here?
Here's the
Other than
I
the naming
don't know
conventions
about
becoming
the
utterly
story.
ass.
right.
Other than their naming conventions just being utter shit at this point.
Other people who bought an Xbox.
Their gaming, okay, so
X.
the last gaming convention wasn't bad. The last one
No.
I watched personally.
No, not convention. The naming conventions.
Naming
like how,
conventions.
like Sony goes PlayStation increments of one. Xbox has gone Xbox 360, Xbox One, Xbox One X, Xbox One S, Xbox Series X, Xbox One Series X, and Xbox One Series S.
No, it's not.
Tell me how
one
the fuck
series.
does that make sense?
There's no one in this series name.
Okay, my bad.
So it's
There's
just
no one in the
Xbox Series S, which can be confused with the Xbox One S, and the Xbox Series X, which could be confused with the Xbox One X, which is what happened.
Okay, so it's
bad.
Well,
it's confusing.
It's dumb. It's I get why that's confusing.
And so
dumb.
Amazon orders of the Xbox One X jumped 700+% in the day that the Xbox Series S and X pre-orders went live. So that's part of the aspect. The other aspect was Sony was like, okay, pre-order, they didn't say anything about pre-orders in their presentation. After that, Jeff Keighley gets on Twitter. It's like, okay, tomorrow pre-orders are going to go live. And then like some New Zealand and Australian retailers broke that, and then Walmart in the US broke it, and
Walmart was like, yo,
like,
y'all niggas sick of waiting? Guess what? We got you.
Right now, right
The
here.
Target was like, fuck, hold my beer. And then just the floodgates opened up.
Like, the floodgates opened up. And so nobody was prepared for the PS5 pre-orders. And so, but Xbox was making jokes about that. They're like, oh, we already announced the date, September 22nd. We're opening Xbox Series S and X pre-orders. You'll be able to get them, I want to say it was like 11 a.m. Eastern. And them putting out that time and everything ahead of time and trying to dunk on Sony, that gave bot makers, it's like when shoe releases happen and people make bots to get shoe releases because they know the exact time it's going to drop. They're doing that. They did that with the Xbox. So there are people I know who are through and through Xbox people who just are completely screwed out of getting either of the next gen versions of the Xbox at launch.
Because someone made a bot that bought them all.
A bunch of people. Like, that's
okay,
just...
See, that's not Xbox's fault in any way, shape, or form.
Well, it somewhat
that's
was
some
because
asshole.
it made...
That's a group of assholes' fault that are just I'm gonna buy this thing.
Well, I mean, scalpers are just general assholes, and I feel like if you're a scalper, you probably shouldn't be. Like, I have an extra pre-order, but I'm selling it for retail price. Like, I'm gonna... I'm helping
probably
people
for the
get
homie.
Pre-orders. Yeah. I got that just in case.
I get that, but it's just like, I don't know. At the same point, like, you can't blame Xbox for trying to be as proactive as possible and trying to be cool with their fans and say, we're going to do this at this time, and then someone with the fucking coding ability creates a bot and then does all this fuck shit. That's like,
I mean, if anything, as long as they're able to go back and like kind of track that and see what it is and like cancel those orders, that way they can
They can't though because they were paid for.
Right.
Right?
Well, they can.
They're paid
Yeah,
for.
you can get a refund. Like they did that with the PS4. There were people who pre-ordered the PS4 from Target had paid like because Target for a while was only selling bundles, so you had to like buy the game, like buy the system and a game and like an accessory. And they were canceling those orders and just be like, well, the money's back in your account. Have a nice day. It's like, no, I want a fucking PS4. But yeah, I mean, PS5, they both handled it differently. It was just Xbox shouldn't have, like, Xbox tried to dunk on PlayStation and then got fucked in a different way because
people suck. Xbox
yeah, I mean,
scalpers because people suck.
Scalpers suck in general.
Scalpers suck. It's the same people that do the same thing.
It's the same thing with shoes, PC parts. This is why we can't have nice things.
We can't have nice things because scalpers want to be these assholes, and
we're in an especially vulnerable time since, like, for the most part, the best way to do this is online. I guess you could go to a GameStop or like a Walmart and try and place your pre-order in person. But that's riskier for multiple reasons. You know what I'm saying? So they're able to clean up off the situation. Like that's the reason why both these pre-order debacles happen is because of COVID. Like I'm sure the demand would have been high regardless, but that shit just boosted it. Like people's whole life is centered around the hype cycle. You know what I'm saying? So these consoles are honestly able to clean up right now. It's wild.
Yeah. I think the last piece of news I want to talk about before we wrap for this week, because this episode has just been tumultuous in its development. But yeah, so the last thing I want to talk about is last week we were talking about Miles Morales, Spider-Man coming to PS4 and PS5 and it being a confusing situation surrounding that. It's getting more confusing as the days go on. So they've announced now, first of all, Spider-Man is not a free next-gen upgrade from the PS4 to the PS5. Miles Morales is, but that doesn't come with Spider-Man Remastered, which is the base game, with all the bells and whistles for PS5 included. So they've already confirmed if you bought Spider-Man on PS4, you're not getting a PS5 version of base Spider-Man. Then they confirmed that PS4 saves don't carry over. So if you platinum Spider-Man on PS4 like Jalen and I did, and you go over to PS5, that save date is not coming with you to PS5. So there's that. I mean, for me, all these stories that are coming out around Miles Morales is just showing that in Sony, like, Xbox has smart delivery. When I buy Tetris Effect Connected or get Game Pass for Tetris Effect Connected and play it on my Xbox One S, my save and everything, and I'll get the Xbox One S or X version if I end up getting those consoles, like, Xbox has a system for this. And the fact that PlayStation isn't even handling Spider-Man, one of its highest-selling first-party titles fucking ever, one of the best-selling, superhero video games ever, the fact that they're handling it this poorly, like, they own Insomniac, there are no licensing deals, no licensing hoops they have to jump through. It just shows that Sony wasn't ready.
You know why they're doing this, right? Because guess what's one of the, most selling games on PlayStation 4? Spider-Man. So if they could sell it to us again and make it more efficient to sell it to us again, they're going to do that.
They're not even selling it to us again. So far there haven't been, it doesn't look like you can buy Spider-Man PS5 standalone. It's $20.
So you have to buy the...
You have to buy the $70 version of Miles Morales. It's $50 for Miles Morales.
I mean, they're still selling it to us again, though. That's the point. That actually makes more sense, selling it to us again for less. That way we can justify. It's like, oh, well, my save's not going to carry over, and then it's only $20 extra, and I get it with all the bells and whistles. why not? And that's more of a like motivating factor for people to get it on PlayStation 5 as opposed to getting it again on instead of just getting like Miles on PlayStation 4. So I mean, I don't agree with this shit. I feel like it's stupid and convoluted. But
yeah, to me, that sounds like something Apple would do.
No, that's exactly why. It's an ecosystem thing. This clearly is a game for people who was already in the PlayStation ecosystem last generation. Because that's the thing about it. I had a PlayStation 4. I platinum Spider-Man. I played it all. I don't care about not getting Spider-Man on PS5. I just want the Miles Morales stuff. Right. But if I didn't, though, see, now I got to buy the base game again.
Well,
well,
not necessarily, because if, like, let's say somebody was an Xbox gamer this generation, they come to the PS5, they get Miles Morales for $50, and, well, some people are. I just know from talking to people and about next gen that there are some people that are Xbox people through and through who are getting a PS5 for the exclusives up front because there's nothing exclusive to Xbox in the first year.
Wait, but that's so dumb because, I mean, like, to me, I'm looking at the Xbox things. Yes, it's not coming out right now. It's not coming out as soon as the Xbox comes out. But they're good shit to come.
But if you just bought an Xbox
there's more
One
good
X,
shit to come that has been announced through Xbox, technically, than there has been through PlayStation.
Well, yeah. I mean, the Bethesda, and I think that'll actually be our last story. It will be the Bethesda story, but that is one thing. Xbox doesn't have any games coming this year. So if you just bought an Xbox One X for $500 in the past year, there's no reason for you to upgrade to a Xbox Series S or X because the One X has better performance than the Series S. And like it.
No, the Series S is just an economy thing. That's all it is.
Yeah, but
100%.
It's just economy.
I'm just saying for people like. There are reasons to upgrade to a PS5. If you have an Xbox One X right now, you could save some money by waiting and getting a special edition. Like, there are reasons that if you're an Xbox person, to go get a PS5 for these exclusives at launch, because there is Demon's Souls, there is Spider-Man, but Xbox has Tetris Effect connected.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not...
Xbox is the exclusive of Tetris Effect. Competitive.
I'm more so talking about Spider-Man being exclusive.
Comrade.
Well, I guess it's...
Yeah. Well, it's coming to PS4 as well.
It's console.
Wait, what is... Wait,
Spider-Man
what is
Miles
exclusive?
Morales.
Yeah. It's cross-gen.
Yeah, I mean, Sony owns Spider-Man in every way, shape, or form. It's going to be exclusive to Sony.
I mean, that's a whole nother story, but...
I mean, the movie rights and whatever Sony and Marvel worked out, that's a whole nother thing. We're not a movie podcast. If you want to go about that, then you can go listen to 3-Piece Podcast, because I'm pretty sure they got the deets on that
Bro,
shit.
all we talked about for
back
like
in
a
the day.
fucking year was Spider-Man.
Yeah, so they got the deets on what's going on back there between Sony and Marvel. When that shit happened last year, we are a gaming podcast, so Sony owns the rights to the gaming of Spider-Man.
Even that, not necessarily. They own Insomniac.
Really? Not necessarily?
No, like Sony owns the rights to Spider-Man.
Why is
outright,
Sony being like a hoe to
across the
fucking...
board? They own the rights to Spider-Man. That's why they could put him exclusively on.
That's what I thought.
Version of the game, like that makes sense. That is Sony's property.
Okay.
Actually, I would like to speak on something about...
Okay,
quick thing about the Avengers game. Okay, so with how much of that single-player campaign is a Kamala Khan game, this should have been a Champions game. I'm being a comic book nerd for a minute, but this should have been a Champions game. Mm-hmm. Because, one, Marvel needs to spend more time introducing their other characters. These are a bunch of young, fresh, diverse faces. This is the Champions is Marvel's Young Justice.
Yeah, but what's going to sell better?
The Avengers game should have been
or
them.
Avengers.
that's fair.
See, no, Champions would have worked because the first thing we would have talked about is how we got the, Kroger knockoff versions of all these celebrities?
Mm-hmm.
People would have been like, yo, what the
like,
for the most part, people would be like,
Wait.
what the fuck is this? Now, what they can do is weave the champions into the story.
But that would give them a chance to, gives them a chance to interact with it, though. Because it's being introduced as its own thing. Marvel's Champions.
I'm just going to go ahead and say this. Anybody who hates on Kroger knockoffs have never had Kroger knockoffs. And
wait,
don't
are we
sleep
talking
on
about
that
food
shit.
or toys? Are we talking about food or toys? Because those are two very different arguments.
Food. Kroger knockoffs
We were talking about toys.
are better than anything you can possibly get for full price. Fuck that great value shit. Go to Kroger. Be a real motherfucker. Save that money.
All right, and so on to the final story of this episode, because like shit has just. This has been a fucking weekly do episode. Microsoft
Recording from home.
Right.
You just gotta embrace the chaos.
Die
bro.
COVID.
Yeah.
No, yesterday you were full blown with the chaos, Anton. I was just like,
Yeah, what the fuck? Anton's over here laid back, chilling out, trying to be real respectable. Come on,
Yeah,
Anton.
man, you know.
Get with the chaos.
I'm out of alcohol.
Join
so
us.
I have to wait until after we finish recording to go get myself more alcohol to get on you guys' level. So
Fair enough. You gonna play Rocket League?
maybe.
oh, you're just
Strong
gonna
maybe.
assume I'm on a level, brother?
I want to play Hades.
I'm definitely on a level.
All right, so the final story. Microsoft buys Bethesda parent company ZeniMax Media for $7.5 billion.
Tight.
It's
with
a
a
big
B.
B.
That gets
Go
them
Microsoft.
That gets them access to the Dishonored, Wolfenstein, Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Doom, Starfield, Evil Within, Prey, Deathloop, Ghostwire Tokyo, and there were two others, Wet and Brink. They have all of these IPs underneath
Did
the
you say
Microsoft.
Ghostwire Tokyo?
Yes,
Yeah.
Microsoft
Bethesda
Game Studios is
publishes
responsible for two PS5 launch
Timed
console
exclusive.
launch exclusives.
You talking about
Yeah.
one of the games that that wanted me to get a PS5 in the first place?
Yeah, it's coming to PS5 exclusively off the rip still because those contracts were already in place. It's
Still
just like
not forever.
I mean, that was
Well,
always
that's the thing about it. I
though.
think I'm gonna be 100.
I mean,
I
it
think this is
was,
gonna be
but-
the final generation of the true console exclusive.
Yeah.
I think
I
this
don't
is gonna
think
be the
so.
last generation for that.
I don't
No,
think
as
so.
long as
Sony
Nintendo,
is still
as long as Nintendo exists.
Right.
Actually,
yeah.
No. I mean
Sony and
true.
console
Nintendo.
exclusive. I mean, like I think Sony later on, towards a couple of years afterwards, they're gonna start releasing more of their games on PC to get that extra sale.
They're already doing that. I feel like anything, aside from Xbox, is like Xbox Studio, because PC is already Xbox or Microsoft, so that doesn't count. But Godfall pretty much coming out to PC soon after Godfall comes out for PlayStation is a sign.
Well, no, those
Like,
come out at the
PlayStation
same
is-
time.
You know, I
And
think
that
so
isn't
PlayStation
Microsoft
is
at all.
releasing.
I think Godfall's
No,
on
PlayStation is releasing. Yeah, but
No.
PlayStation is releasing things at almost at the
PlayStation
same time. It's not going to
Godfall
take the
is
same.
not a PlayStation Studios game. That was
Right,
what happened
exactly.
last time we had this conversation. My stance is still that PlayStation Studio games, the only reason they've released one of them so far, which is Horizon on PC, is to promote Horizon 2 to get people into the IP and into the franchise.
Which is cross-gen.
PlayStation has only...
Yes, but that's not. No. PlayStation isn't going to release PlayStation Studio games into PC territory.
I think towards the end of a console's
gonna
life cycle, I
release
think they're
their-
going to start doing that.
No, I don't
Not-
believe
not
that.
gen-
I don't
not the
believe that
PS4
they're going to
generation, but the
release
end of the PS5
PlayStation
generation.
Studio.
Honestly,
I believe that they're
I
going to
think
release their third parties that they own.
I think before
They don't
like
own
a lot of
anything
the
about Godfall.
I feel like before a lot of the sequels come out, they will probably like.
No, I'm
slide
not talking
those
about
games over to
Godfall. I'm
PC.
just talking like okay, yes, I made a mistake and talked about that. But talking about Godfall, I'm talking about their other studios that they own that isn't PlayStation Studios.
No,
They're gonna
PlayStation
release their
Studios
game.
is every studio they own is under PlayStation Studios.
Then that doesn't make any sense.
It does.
No, that's the umbrella term for all their first parties.
PlayStation's first-party studios has only released one game on PC, and that is Horizon. And that one game, I don't feel like is a strong enough argument to say that PlayStation is going to be releasing all their games on PC. But
you're arguing against PlayStation, who's saying they are going to do that.
So okay. So before God of War 2 comes out, you don't think they might?
They have said they're going to
God
do
of
that.
War on PC.
I don't believe their main IP or yes, IPs.
I can see that happening, but that's just me.
But then also on that same notion,
they're going to do that. I don't see Ratchet and Clank, God of War, Spider-Man going to PC, but I feel like anything they're doing exclusively that's outside of them, they will bring to PC.
But that's not their decision to make.
That's not the. That wouldn't be Sony Studios.
Yeah, that isn't the end.
That would still be your Capcoms and everyone else.
Right. That'd still be like your Bethesda. Bethesda's releasing games exclusively on PlayStation, even though they're owned by Microsoft. Timed exclusives. But what you're saying is this is going to be the last generation of consoles having exclusives, but Nintendo's definitely not putting their shit out on PC. Like Super Mario 3D All-Stars.
No. I was saying...
Hold on. Is Atlas owned by PlayStation?
They're owned by Sega.
No. Okay. Then why is Persona 5
they got a deal
on PlayStation?
Because
they
Atlas
made that
fucking
deal
felt like
Sega.
Exactly. So Atlas now releases shit on PC along with PlayStation.
Wait, this isn't even about PlayStation though. This is about Xbox.
Right.
That's what the whole argument was. PlayStation is now doing their exclusives.
No, we never said they were.
They are not.
That's literally the beginning of this argument.
I said was...
Exactly.
What I said at the beginning of this argument is, I personally believe, this is an early in the generation theory, that this is going to be the last console generation of the true exclusive. I think most exclusives are going to end up on another console towards the end of the console's life cycle. Like how Horizon ended, and I'm using that Horizon as an example because it ended up on the PC.
It's the only example though. Like it's not like you can't.
Oh, I didn't say this was a confirmed theory. This is just a theory.
Yeah, people can't speculate.
Right,
this is a baseless. This is a baseless theory about a console generation that technically hasn't started yet.
Yeah,
it hasn't.
This is 100% a baseless theory.
November 10th.
I just feel like it's going to happen.
I'm so hype. I'm so ready. November 10th and November 12th.
Jalen, you're talking about killing exclusive wars.
Well, no,
you can play anything anywhere.
Which won't happen.
I think it's the fact that these games are getting to the
because
point
of
where it's
PlayStation
like...
And Nintendo.
No, I just think the games are... I think the games are getting to the point where these studios aren't going to want to... The segregated garden isn't big enough for these games anymore. That's pretty much where this is coming from. Like, we're already seeing a price increase of games to deal with the fact that the game production has gone a bit more expensive because of the up in quality. I think the segregated market isn't going to be able to survive by the end of this generation.
Okay. I mean, yes, I agree. I feel like no game should be held down to one system.
Permanently.
Yes, if you want to be PlayStation...
It's going to keep happening.
If you want to be PlayStation and you want to do your games to your system for a year, fucking do that shit. That's fine. If you want to be Xbox and say, I want to do Gears and Halo for a year, do that. Whatever.
Yeah, but Halo's never coming to PlayStation.
I personally think like the exclusivity is going to still go between consoles. I just think more exclusive games are going to end up on PC towards the end of the PS5's life cycle.
Yes, that's all I'm asking for. I don't give it... Like, PC doesn't care about the console wars. PC just wants to play video games. They don't help Microsoft in the way that Xbox wants it to. They don't help PlayStation in a way that PC takes away from Xbox. PC is just as a thing alone. So, like, if you want to release your shit on PC, then just do it.
Let's just go back to the ZeniMax conversation. Because I
Well,
feel
actually,
like...
I was about to go right back to that. That's the thing about, like, the whole ZeniMax. What Microsoft has been doing is they're buying these studios, but they're not doing console exclusives because they don't want that segregated buyer's market. They want you to be able to buy these games,
But you have to
and
think
play
though,
these
they
games.
can be able. They can hand.
Yeah, they want you to
They can
play
hand choose what they make
anywhere.
exclusive though at this point.
Only
So
Xbox,
they
though.
can potentially
Not
have
just only
exclusive, timed
Xbox.
exclusive.
It is
things
only
like that.
Xbox.
So they have options.
Name a
But that-
Nintendo... Hold on. This
Okay, but hold
generation,
on,
name
hold
a
on.
thing... This
Hey,
generation...
wait.
Chris.
Okay,
This
No, hold on,
generation
I will say
or
something.
last generation or going forward, name a single Nintendo first party game that went anywhere else. Name a single PlayStation first party other than Horizon that has gone anywhere else. Name
Nowhere.
so
Xbox.
you can't have
Xbox,
the argument.
Okay, so first of all, you were saying only Xbox, but Xbox is only asking $15 a month for you to play on your phone, on your PC, and on your
wait,
Xbox.
but also
Not
Sony said
on
they
your
wanted to bring more of their
PlayStation. If
games
you
to
don't have
PC
an
and
Okay,
all.
Android
okay,
or a
that's-
PC,
that's
Wait,
and
time
not
out,
the
time out,
act-
time out,
hold
time
on,
out,
hold on,
PlayStation.
hold
time
on.
out.
That's
Time out.
not
I'd
the
like to interject
fault
something
of
real quick.
Xbox. That's the fault
So-
of someone else. PlayStation has been literally the holdback of cross progression.
no, it
playing
hasn't. That's
progression.
been Epic.
Yes, it
what
has.
are you talking about?
No, it hasn't.
Epic
Xbox
has
literally
cross
was the one
progression
that
and
was
cross
like
save in their engine.
No,
Only games that
no.
are using Epic shit is what is getting
PlayStation
that.
was the hoe. PlayStation was the motherfucker that was just
you
like, no,
can't
we don't want
say
to be
that-
a part of this.
You can't say that Xbox did it when Epic did it. Xbox just agreed to it before PlayStation did. You
That
can't
doesn't- yeah,
credit that
okay,
to Xbox.
literally a year before PlayStation agreed.
It
to
wasn't
something.
a year. It was like 3
Yes,
months.
it was.
No,
Xbox
as the person
literally
who was
doesn't
playing
give, no,
Fortnite.
No, I'm sorry.
person who-
Xbox wanted you to play anywhere before PlayStation did.
PlayStation had
tried to be the
crossplay
one that
games
was
with
just like,
PC
you have to
before
come here
Xbox.
to
Street
play
Fighter
on PlayStation.
5. Street
No.
Fighter 5 had crossplay with PC before any game on the Xbox One had crossplay with PC. You can't
Okay,
credit
you
any
can't-
of this shit to Xbox. They're riding the waves other people are making, but you can't give them
No.
credit for all this stuff.
No,
The
I
only thing you
disagree.
can give them credit for is Game Pass. Game Pass is a big thing they're responsible for.
I disagree.
You can't give them credit for crossplay.
Xbox
You can't give them
was
credit
doing
for cross progression.
crossplay.
With what?
Xbox was doing
name a
crossplay
Xbox
with
One
PC.
game. Name an Xbox One game that came out before Street Fighter 5 that had crossplay with the PC. You can't because it didn't.
It was
happen.
Final Fantasy 11.
Xbox One game.
Hey,
Xbox
you
One
said
game.
name a game.
I said that.
Oh, okay. Wait, what
Well, then-
crossplay game are you talking about for PlayStation?
Street Fighter 5.
That
One of
doesn't
the-
fucking count.
Why not? You are
Because-
connecting to the same servers with PC
No,
players and
because
playing against them.
PlayStation literally held out on Rocket League for so long.
3 months.
Xbox went in on it. Like,
Okay, so the
there were
first
so many
cross-platform
games,
game was
indie
Dauntless.
games. There are so many indie games that Xbox went in
Dauntless-
on and was just like, okay.
Dauntless was the first cross-platform game
No, it
of
wasn't.
this generation.
Dauntless was the first game.
No, I mean game to come out crossplay.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not talking about adding the functionality. I said game to come out with crossplay.
Right, and that was last year or 2 years ago, 2018 or 2019. And that's an Epic game. They're running that on Epic's engine. That's an Unreal Engine game that has crossplay because of Epic, not because of Xbox. The only games that are running...
You can, to me, you can literally make this argument, but we have literally had this argument last year and years before that PlayStation is the reason why we're not having crossplay.
That,
But they're
PlayStation
not.
has been held.
that's
against-
not-
no,
that's
you-
not
no,
entirely
no,
true.
That is
no,
not
come
That's
on,
not
dude.
entirely
No,
true.
that
Like,
is not
literally,
true.
I will go back into episodes. I will fucking
Chris,
receipt your
if I
ass
fucking
right now.
bring up
I will
Spellbreak right
receipt
the
you
fuck now on
based
my
on
Switch and
saying-
play with the PlayStation person, like, that's what I'm talking about. You can't say that PlayStation did fight crossplay for a while, and Nintendo
For a
and
very
Xbox
long while.
3 fucking months. That's all it was. You're acting like it was a
it's
fucking
not.
decade,
not,
and
dude.
they had crossplay with PC. It was just with working with Xbox that they didn't want to do because they
And also-
fucking
that's
can't.
but no, I will say-
and they're
I
not
wanna
going
interject.
to do that.
Included.
There are no PlayStation
That
first
is
party games that have
included.
fucking crossplay.
That is included. You
Period.
can't just pick and choose.
Yes,
But that's the thing
you
about.
can't-
Wait, time out.
Go ahead,
Both of you.
Jalen.
Time out. Time out. Couple of things. One, the push
right.
for crossplay has been done by game development companies, not the consoles themselves. That's
Right.
one thing about it. Those things have been coming from the games, and like Anton said,
Capcom.
specifically,
Epic.
yeah, Capcom and Epic. Second thing, in April, Sony said they were putting more of their first-party games to PC. Sony already said they were going to do this.
You're
Yeah, but
That
I'm
has nothing
saying
to do with
as of,
crossplay.
but they're not multiplayer games.
No. I
I'm
was
just
not.
saying.
That had nothing to do with the whole crossplay thing. The crossplay thing has been pushed by the real.
I
The
would
push
say,
for crossplay has been created by the fact that a lot of these games are live services. So they need you to be playing, and if they hinder you from playing with your friends in any way, that's a customer they lose. That's where the push
Right.
for crossplay has been coming on.
Right. I
Same
mean,
thing,
think about
and
it.
same thing
Why
for cross
is-
saves. If we're being 100, it's been those live service games.
I mean, think about it. Why is Xbox and Switch playing before Xbox and PlayStation playing?
That's not happening anymore. You can't.
That's
Yes,
that's an
any
old argument.
more-
Okay.
That's outdated
Okay.
information.
No,
Okay,
stop.
hold on.
November, we are talking
Keyword,
about the
keyword.
PS. We are talking
Anton,
about
stop,
the PS5
stop.
and the
Anton.
Xbox Series. You can't talk about last generation and making these proclamations that Xbox, PlayStation, Spellbreak, Rogue Company, all these games are coming out day one, fucking day and date, cross-play, cross-progression across everything. You can't say PlayStation is standing in the way of anything going into the PS5 when
Anymore.
legitimate. You can't
Anymore. Okay.
They're
so
not
when
doing
I was
it.
first saying this, PlayStation was the one person that didn't want to play friendly.
for
Xbox
3
and
months.
Switch
3 months. Look up
didn't
how
wanna do that.
look up how long the crossplay beta on PlayStation lasted. If that lasted any longer than 3 months, then I'm wrong.
Yes,
they did
but
stand in the way,
everybody
but now
blamed PlayStation for not wanting to do this.
the fucking Twitter narrative is not fucking fact at the end of the day.
Okay,
with
but
all
that
of these
doesn't matter.
things.
It's
But
still-
you're arguing
Wait,
the
it
Twitter
does
narrative
matter.
about all these
But it
things,
does matter.
and I'm talking
It
about
does-
the
it does matter.
factual
PlayStation
facts
literally,
about.
Xbox came out and said the only reason why we're not doing
Chris,
this is because
Chris,
of PlayStation.
Chris,
No.
you're honing in on one moment from
Old
a moment
shit.
that happened for about a month,
That
a
is
year and a
wrong.
half ago.
Right, it happened.
Like that was just one thing that happened.
And you
That was
are
just
now
one thing that happened a month
holding
ago.
it, and now you're sitting here and proclaiming that Xbox is fucking doing all this shit. That the thing that they're doing that's pro gamer that nobody else is doing is Game Pass. Other than that, they are not fucking doing shit that PlayStation's not doing as far as crossplay, cross progression, cross save, any of that.
Right, because PlayStation had to fall in line.
No,
To
there's
be-
no line. There's no
Yes,
line.
all right.
Nothing has
PlayStation
happened.
fell in
Nothing-
line.
all the
you can
things you're
follow
saying
us
happened,
across
happened,
the
happened.
internet.
None of this has happened.
CheesyControllerPodcast.com on Twitter. I am at
We didn't even talk about the,
Anton638. Jalen.
the acquisition.
Squid Bishop.
We are not going to get anywhere with it. I've given up. They got ZeniMax, Microsoft
Look, pretty
now
much the long and
owns
short of it. The long and short of it is Microsoft bought Bethesda for $7 something
ZeniMax.
billion.
ZeniMax
And
Media for $7.5
ZeniMax
billion.
Media, owners of Bethesda, and
Owners,
and a lot of other
parent
things.
company of Bethesda Softworks, Bethesda Game Studios, id Software, ZeniMax.
Am I the only one who
Online
doesn't care about
Studios,
this
Arcane,
acquisition?
Machine Games, Tango Gameworks.
I love
Actually, it pretty much
It's
decides
pretty
where
fucking
Elder
solid.
Scrolls. It's pretty much going to affect Elder Scrolls 6 and
Which
Doom
I wasn't
3.
gonna play.
That's pretty much
It's
what's
gonna
the only things that are going to be
Doom,
affected by
the
that.
Game
war.
Pass
Within
library.
Elder
So that's
Scrolls
that's
6.
But ultimately,
Yeah.
like they already have Obsidian. Obsidian makes the best Fallout games. It's making a fucking Skyrim. That's what I want. Like,
You know what's funny is that right before the acquisition came, there was a rumor that Obsidian was going to get access to the Fallout license again, and well, yeah, they have access to the Fallout license again.
I mean, Outer Worlds slaps though, but you know, I get it. They're still different.
Its DLC has been middling. Like that DLC isn't as good.
All right. remember, you can follow us all collectively around the internet, cheesycontrollerpodcast.com. I am on Twitter and Twitch at Anton63X's Chris.
You can follow me at I frustrated the fuck out of Anton this episode.
This is not going to be the Frustrate the Anton podcast, because I feel like that's working from home has
you can
just
follow
been
me at Chef and
Big
Chris.
old titties. I said I'll say it. I told you.
All right, Jalen, where can people find you?
Squid Bishop.
All right, Madrid.
Speedwagon X, or you can check me out on Twitch at twitch.tv/SunnyChifa.
All right, the audio version of this podcast is edited by Akuma Santi. The video version is edited by Lana Twisted Mind. This has been a Know It's Good production, and until next time, keep it cheesy.